Because we see Brent and the two guards walking toward the camera, but there's nobody in front of them to transmit that image. So how are they seeing that?
Right. I mean, well, that's what I mean. It's not a use of a mind power that I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
Unless he's literally seeing through walls. So then we actually cut them entering in the hall, and I thought it was interesting that it says tracks 19 through 11, Lexington Avenue subway and telephone. But the doors look like a church. They don't look like stations doors.
Yeah.
So I was kind of confused because I was like, am I still in the cathedral? Am I not in the cathedral? So I've left the cathedral. I went through, I guess, a town square by the fountain.
Down the hallway.
And now we're going through a tunnel of the hallway into
this
a train
points
station.
again that this whole internal logic of this story structure doesn't make any sense. Because once again, who was going with him with the water? Why were they doing it? He went into
Why did they want
church.
him to kill Nova?
Right. Why did they want that? Why do they want to create chaos so that he sought solitude within a church that he got busted for seeing something he's not supposed to see, yet they drove him there. Then they took him away. Then we cut to people we don't know, who I guess we're at this point to assume are the people controlling him, and have led him. Where are they leading him? Why are they leading him? There have been no whispers of bring him to us. You do that, then what I guess is that they intercut this council, the telepathic council people that we saw there, to introduce, because they probably shot it to where they didn't introduce them.
Right.
And they suddenly said, ooh, this doesn't come off very well, because suddenly who are they? We need to at least show that they're controlling the moment. And that's what they're trying to evoke here, where if they'd simply had whispers of bring him to us or something like that, that would make sense of where he was going.
So we see him led down the hallway. The doors open to Lexington Station, and we see Brent and the guards walk through the doorway towards the camera. And as they do that, we see these figures above on the steps, one of which was the gentleman that was apparently seeing the visions. So you're right. That makes sense. They're like, this would have been such a weird reveal just to see 5 figures standing above that don't make any sense. I thought it was cool, that pullback of seeing him and seeing these characters revealed.
Which that's another Hello Dolly set.
It is?
Oh, is it?
Okay.
It's the Grand Central Station Hello Dolly set.
I'm just wondering if these telepathic assholes just hang around all day waiting for somebody to show up at the subway.
So we're at 10 seconds in, or 50 seconds into this minute, and we're now pulled back to reveal 5 new figures, which all have unique identifying colors to their outfits. One is in a kind of red, maroon, one is in a blue, one is in a purple, one is kind of in a green, blue-green, and one is in yellow.
And all very muted colors.
Yeah.
Right. But not unlike the robes that we just saw on Verger in the council. They are at least similar to that.
So once again, they've got a great idea here. They have a fantastic idea of how this could have worked if he had a reason to go in, if he'd stumbled into the cathedral to seek solitude. Whether that be that he wanted to get away from killing Nova. Maybe that's where, like you said, the people come to get him because they've dealt with Nova. This just is so... I watched the entire 5 minutes for this week. I must have watched it 4 or 5 times straight through, trying to understand what they wanted this to mean, and I never quite understood.
I don't know either.
It doesn't explain itself. It doesn't... And I can hear the fans out there of this film screaming, yes, it does. Look, 1 minute at a time when you watch it, it doesn't have a straight linear throughput.
We're kind of coming to the end of the minute where Brent turns around. We get his back. He's at the bottom of the stairs. His back turns to look at the 5 figures above, and the guards turn almost kind of an abrupt, as if it's their military, the way they about face to look at whoever these 5 individuals are. It's actually very well spelled out in this script. Mm-hmm. Who all of these people are, it tells us who they are, and it tells us what their abilities are.
Ooh.
Yes. Now, I don't know if this is something that's too revealing because of who they are, or if it's something we should say for another day when we see more about them.
Let's save it.
Yeah.
Because all we get right now is just sort of an introduction shot.
You think at this point maybe Brent would go, hey, assholes, can I get like a shirt or something? It's a little nipply.
It's a little cold in here, yeah.
Look, I don't want to be vain, but hey, I want some clothing. Lots of clothing.
I mean, everybody else is dressed. Can I have some, please?
Well, Brent is being so entirely passive at this moment. his mind has been controlled. He killed his, it's not really his girlfriend. I don't know what Nova is to him.
His side piece.
Yeah. He's not in love with Nova. That Taylor was in love with Nova.
No. I just read something in the script that I'm like, oh, that would make sense now.
Okay. So the reason I just had that reaction to Richard is, so I said he's not his girlfriend. I look over and Richard's mouth is wide open. I'm like, damn, dude, it's not his girlfriend. Chill.
So I'll make one point.
Okay.
I'll make one point. That final bust in the room that they were supposed to focus on is the gentleman at the top of the stairs.
Oh.
Okay.
So
when we said Mendez 26.
The 26th.
That's why it should, the audience, had they seen that bust, would then have seen him in person when Brent walks in the room.
Well, yeah, they should have gone
and that would have connected those two together.
Yeah, they should have gone to the bus, cut straight to the guy so that you...
Or dissolve it so that they dissolve into it.
Crossfade over to...
But yeah, I mean, that makes sense now why we need that bust, because we're now meeting
So are
Mendez.
Are the rest of these 5 people supposed to be in the hall, or is he just the one?
He's just the one.
Okay. I know there's a novelization of this, and a couple of people have tweeted that to us.
Of this one?
Of Beneath.
Okay.
That apparently takes a bit of time to develop some of it, so I may have to find that and read it.
You still have my copy of Planet of the Apes.
No,
right?
you gave that to Richard.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
I have it, yeah.
I've got all those Expanse novels, and that's so much reading that I'm not going to get to Planet of the Apes anytime soon.
All right.
Anybody else got anything?
No,
That's
it's
it for me.
Friday, everybody.
Friday.
God, in some ways, that's the most frustrating week of all because it's so much cool new information that
But
I'm...
So little happened.
Yeah, that I'm just trying to figure out what they intended.
I don't
Damn
know.
it. If we could go back in time. If only we had a time
If you
machine.
could turn back time.
Okay, you just did share in the middle of our podcast. So I'm going to call it quits for this week.
I'm going to call it quits for this movie.
We will be back next week to see if we can make a little more sense of what's happening with the telepathy in this movie, if that's really what you call it. We don't know. For Richard and Sean, I'm Todd. Everyone have a great week, and we'll see you on Monday.
Bye, everybody.
Beneath the minute of the apes. Beneath the minute of the apes. Beneath the minute of the apes.
The only good human is a dead human.